Now we're live! Erin Kennedy. The general craziness of it, the impact on your life.
We have gone through so many stories and we said, you know what? This should not be kept to the two of us. Hi. No one's we have one watcher. I was gonna say no one's watching right now. We are like live on a random Thursday afternoon, Megan Galero.
As it should be, Erin, when we feel like it.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's no feelings that are going into this. We are just so nutty busy. We're just like, okay, let's go. Let's go, Megan. Tell me.
That's the thing. Like summer to me, I look forward to it. Right? Like, oh, it's going to be beautiful. Right. Yeah. I'll be sitting on my deck, drinking a drink and whatever. Guess what ends up happening? I run around like a chicken with my head cut off, taking kids everywhere. Like,
yeah, you don't run. You sit in a car all day.
And guess what? My air conditioning in my car broke.
I heard.
But like, I couldn't get in to get it fixed because I didn't have time and they had no like borrow cars. So I just drove around with windows down.
You're sweating it out. Okay, that's good. You know, some people pay good money to sit in like those sweat lodges. You just get to do it for free in your car.
Yeah, I told the kids yesterday, this is like Bikram yoga car style.
Enjoy there you go.
We're sweating out our toxins from lunch.
Added flexibility then for Miss Lana, the gymnast. So hello to everybody who's watching. We are going live on Facebook now, which we haven't done in a while because we still would love and please encourage and send hugs to everybody who likes and subscribes to our YouTube channel, which is Broken News with Erin and Megan. And we just miss our Facebook friends too. And we know that sometimes the algorithm doesn't show you what's happening. So that's where we are living these days, is on the YouTubes.
The algorithm, by the way, was really, really, really messed up for me the other day on my Facebook.
Yeah, it was something with cats, right?
Yeah, guys, I literally got, okay, listen, I'm allergic to cats, A, which means I don't like them. B, I don't have even an animal. I have a bird. It doesn't require a litter.
You have a bird? Yeah. When did you get a bird?
A canary.
Ooh.
Its name is Birdie.
Okay. Deep thoughts. I love it. I love it.
Well, it was Willow's Christmas present. But I digress. Back to my Facebook algorithm. So I'm like killing time in the car or waiting for a child at some practice or the other in the summer heat with no air conditioning. And I'm scrolling through my Facebook and all of a sudden up pops an ad for a support group for people who are struggling with using correctly their robotic cat litter boxes. I was like, should I join this just because or something's off?
Yeah, that algorithm was way off. You should just respond and say, no, thank you. Wrong person. Wrong Megan.
I don't like cats.
Okay, but today is a big news day. Oh boy, Megan, I swear to God.
Did you have a busy day?
I'm tired. I'm over caffeinated, and I have 20 years of saying it's a big news day here. So I'm just going to keep saying that for the rest of my life.
No.
Like I'm always going to hit number 3 on the elevator because that's where the newsroom was, regardless of what elevator or building I'm in. I do that all the time.
That's because if you're not thinking, which was the state we lived in, which was absolute just exhaustion, and you just like on autopilot, you just do some things.
Yeah. And I know you didn't have to answer phones, but if I ever hear like a ringing telephone, I'll still go newsroom.
Oh, see, I just pretended like I didn't hear it ringing most of the time because I didn't want to know whatever it was.
Nothing worse than ringing phones. Yeah. Okay. So hello to everybody who's watching. Yes, it's not Friday. We're going rogue here. We are live on a Thursday. So thank you. Hi, Tonda, and everybody who's watching.
Hey, guys.
Megan, it's a big news day in your house.
Yes. The kids are back to school.
Kids are back to school.
Yeah. Which, listen, it needed to happen. Like any mom out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's not because they were driving me crazy, although a little bit they were, but it was more because they're to the point or got to the point as of about 2 weeks ago where no matter what I did to entertain them, it wasn't enough.
It's never enough.
They need the structure of school because now they're in school, they're with their friends, they're learning new things, they're seeing new things, they're doing whatever it might be, right? And then They come home, then they have an activity. Then we have dinner, they go to bed. It's like, okay, this is so much better. But we hit that point where no one was listening to a single thing I said. I mean, to the point where I was going through everything 15, 16, 17 times. By 18, 19, 20, I'm a screaming banshee. And that's
Right.
when a kid will be like, why are you being so
yelling?
crazy right now?
Yeah. Why are you yelling at me, Mom?
My answer is always because I said it 50 times and you didn't listen.
But at a level 10.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I hear ya. So we had a funny little aside last night as I'm trying to keep the kids busy. You know that we don't do screens in my house, but I was really tired.
Which is going to add to you being cray-cray with your
Right,
children.
exactly.
Because, like, it's more a break for the mom than the kid, but go ahead.
So true. So we were sitting out front. I was drinking a bourbon.
Good.
And Elliot
As you
got
should be.
a very generous $100 bill from one of my aunts. And so he wanted to buy some Pokemon cards that he really wanted, right? So we go on eBay because I love eBay. You know, I buy things used too. So he wanted to bid for this Pokemon card that was listed at $104, $1.04. And so he wanted to bid like $1.87 or something like that. So he bid $187 for this Pokemon card.
Stop, Erin.
Decimal points are important when we talk about eBay. Yeah.
What did you do? Are you stuck?
So thankfully what happened is that was his max bid. The bidding process didn't go that high. He won it for $11.
Oh my God. Can you imagine?
We were both really concerned there for a second. I was like, oh. And then Matt says, that's why you never give the kids your phone. I'm like, I know, I needed a moment.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to. Sometimes you have to give yourself a moment because, I mean, I feel like as a mom, regardless of whether you're working from home, you're working at a job, you're on TV, you're not on TV, whatever it is you're doing, there's not a moment of rest when their kids are home when it's summer break because it's like, you are the go-to always and forever. And so it doesn't even matter what it is. Lance could be literally right upstairs not working, and I could be down here working. They will come around the side of the house through to the back door and be knocking on it. I'm like in an important meeting. They don't care. They need to tell me that they found a frog on the side of the house or whatever it might be. I will miss them while they're at school today, but
I hear ya. All right. I feel like my camera's fuzzy.
Yeah, you're a little fuzzy.
I'm going to stop my camera real quick. Don't go anywhere.
I'm right here. Oh, look at there. She went away.
Does it come back? No. Okay. Wait a second. This is going to get even weirder. This is like live TV, you guys. This is me troubleshooting. This is me without my HD camera.
Put it back on. You're like yellowy looking.
With my HD
camera. Better.
Ooh.
Erin.
Okay, so people want to know about our summer. What did we do? Well, we actually just got back from a trip to Rhode Island to visit my family. Hello to anybody who's watching in Rhode Island, because I know I still have all my WPRI, WNAC fans out there.
In the house.
Fans. I don't know why I said fans. I should say friends or something.
It's okay. They were fans, right? I feel like that's
we had great days at the beach. At one point we met up with some families and, you know, at the end of the day of a Long Beach day, Megan, how tedious it is to pack up all your stuff. And
yeah, there's kind of nothing better than the beach and also nothing worse.
Nothing worse than leaving the beach because it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So we're leaving and one of our friends says to us, I think you're missing a kid. And I'm like, whatever, you can keep him. I thought he was joking. He wasn't. Maya had taken off her shoes and her clothes and run back into the ocean and wasn't even looking back.
Didn't even care. She was swimming to China or whatever.
Yes. So we had to go ask one of our other friends who was still in the suit to go and get her in the ocean and tell her to come out.
I mean, we spent, I don't even know how many. I'm going to stop my camera because I need a drink. You talk for a second. I'm like choking. I don't know why.
Since when do you not drink on camera?
I forgot it. Give me a second.
Yeah. I mean, okay. I'm going to guess it's something like you're wearing ugly shorts right now that you don't want us to see.
I'll show you.
Yeah. So we can see that.
They're fine. I just was like, you know, let me turn it off because I saw you turn it off and I kind of felt like the power of that. And I wanted to try it for myself.
And I have a friend in Providence. Hello. All right. So Megan, what did you do this summer?
I made the tour, the Super Y tour, everyone, which is all the myriad locations where you can play child travel soccer
Did
in
you
the
say Super
Midwest.
Y?
That's what it's called, Super Y. Yeah. It's
Oh.
like a summer league soccer thing. We did take a trip before that. That was like on the weekends in the month of July. Before that, we did go to Traverse City, which I love. There is a definite cool vibe up there of like far north. The vegetation's a little different. The weather's a little different. The water is different. I know that sounds silly, but like the water in the lakes and everything's like crystal clear.
Yeah.
It's just, it's, just beautiful. So we did that for a little bit. And then we took like a last hurrah to Saugatuck this past weekend just because it's quick and easy. But other than that, I was just like trying to manage figuring out how to do all the things and probably none of them well, which is what I feel like summer's all about. Yeah.
So we're trying to like tie this into former TV news people. This is essentially you're getting an inside glimpse of what Megan and I talk about on the phone.
Like on the reg, but I feel like that's fine because that's what. Can I tell you another story? This is like actually super important. I feel like. Let me say this because I found like Lance and I actually had like a deep conversation about this, and I want to know your opinion. Okay. So Leo had an opportunity to do like a training session with a new like soccer guy, just like for fun to see. He was like all nervous, you know what I mean? And I remember sitting in the car beforehand and I was like, dude, like if you're not uncomfortable, you're not growing. If you're not uncomfortable, you're not getting better. If you're not uncomfortable, you're not going to be able to take it to the next level because like it's that little place that feels so uncomfortable that helps you achieve like all the things. You got to go through that, right?
Yes, I agree.
And it just, so I came home and I was talking to Lance about it and I was like, I just told him like, and he's like, well, I felt like he's like, I don't think you did that very much. And I'm like, wait, hold up. What? Because here's why he was saying that. Because you know how I hate confrontation so much? He feels like that's the place where I refuse to go into the uncomfortable. And I would agree with that.
These are two different things.
That's what I said. Thank you. Thank you. Because I feel like in our old world, we lived in this place which was uncomfortable of like not knowing what you were going to have to talk about necessarily, of all of a sudden you have to do something you didn't know you had to do. You had to be like totally on your A game. Thank you. That's exactly what I said. I was like, just because I don't like confrontation does not mean that I do not like to live in the world of the uncomfortable. I think it's very important.
TV news is very uncomfortable, right? I mean, it's always essentially thinking on your feet and having to convey information with confidence, even when you are not confident, right? No.
Yes.
I disagree, Lance.
Thank you. Thank you. But that to me was like such a crazy thought looking back on it of like, dang, like that career did really prepare you for feeling super uncomfortable and just doing it anyway. Like you said.
Yeah. Okay. So here's an interesting moment that I had recently with work. Did you ever get, questions from news directors, managers, or even like co-workers, directors, producers, where they would say like, well, how do you think we can make things better? And you have a running list of things in the back of your head, but you know that you can't bring them up because everything will be taken personally, right?
Yeah.
So the feedback was almost always generally, well, I think maybe we could tweak this or make this segment shorter or make this one longer, but you can't really get into the nitty gritty. Whereas now outside of TV news, I feel like if they say, hey, how can we make this better? And I say, here's my list. They're like, this is great.
But why is that?
Why is that?
But
I don't know.
Because I feel like in TV, okay, so here's the thing. Everything's personal there. Everybody takes everything personally. And maybe it's because it's a lot of type A personalities. Maybe it's because it's a lot of like egos who want to get into the business in general. I don't know. Because I would say that it
might be locked out right now for serious. Hold on.
Oh my God. Okay, so I'm going to tell this while Erin unlocks.
I don't know. I'll wait and see if I hear a doorbell. If I hear a doorbell, I'll go to the door.
So tell them it's been a day. Where's Matt?
He's swimming.
Oh,
with Conrad.
With Conrad.
Okay, who is knocking? It could just be one of the neighbor kids who are looking for my kids to play.
Go check.
Well, okay, let me open the window.
Check. I will talk to the people. Listen to me, people. Here's what I'm saying to you. I forgot exactly what I was talking about. Are they
Maya, lunch is on the table.
Can they come say hello, please, while we're live right now? Because who cares?
Megan,
Maya,
do not feed the beasts.
Did you not put their makeup on today?
Maya would love it if I put her makeup on today.
Oh, there's a story for you. So, everyone, most people who are on the Facebooks especially are aware of our children. I have 3, Erin has 3. You've probably seen pictures, et cetera, et cetera. So my little ones are going to a middle school for the first time. It starts in 5th grade here. So that
That's a big deal.
Feels very early
Yeah.
to me for that, but they do keep them really separated out. It's not like they're like thrown to the wolves and with like 8th graders in the hallway or anything. They're very like in their area. But anyway, so we got a chance to go do lockers and like put your little stuff up and
Yeah.
multiple points from this story. Number 1, it took them 40 minutes to figure out how to do the locker.
Oh.
Well, because as you know, like Willow was like being too specific and forgetting to turn it the right direction.
They're knocking. Hold on.
Okay, I'm going to tell you the story while Erin's letting her children in. My Leo, a boy, which like props to all the men out there, but he's like, hey, it says 0 for my first number on my locker, but I can stop at 45. So anyway, it took us literally 40 minutes to get him to the point where he was comfortable with his locker. So then we get the lockers open. Okay, great. They did it 2 times in a row. I feel like, okay, they can do it. What happened today? We're going to find out later. I bet you somebody can't get in. But
did they get to choose their combo?
No.
Well, then that's tough. Yeah, that's tough.
Yes.
Did
you
you
remember
remember that?
like a super easy locker combination.
Right.
And Willow's was like real weird. Like,
yeah.
We're just those numbers that don't stick in your head. But anyway, so we're packing in all their stuff. We're loading in their folders, their this, their that into their little locker, their little pictures, all that stuff. And I look and I'm like, Willow, what is that? That one had packed herself a lipstick. I was like,
no, wait, is it gloss or was it for a real lipstick?
Well, it was a gloss technically, but like,
okay.
I don't have one like that right here, but like a darker colored gloss. And I was like, but here's part 2 of the funny part of this is anytime that child puts lip gloss on, lipstick, anything, she can't move her mouth like normal. She's afraid to like get it on her teeth. So she literally goes like this. So now I can picture her sitting in her class in her middle school like this.
Right on the table or in the fridge, right?
Sandwiches aren't in the fridge.
It's in a Tupperware, already closed in the Tupperware. Okay?
Permission to go to the Christmas mood.
Yes. With all your stuff, with all your camp stuff. Okay, love you, bye. So here's what's happening. Here's what's happening. Lunch is all made for them. It's on the table, but the sandwiches were in the fridge. The rest of the plates were on the table. They can't get the sandwiches to put them on the plates.
Because
they didn't know, well, where are the sandwiches? In the fridge.
What are the sandwiches? What are they eating?
I don't know. I didn't make it. Matt makes it. All I have to do is put them on a plate, and all the kids have to do is eat it. I love my kids, you guys. I love them.
See, here's the difference. You see me, I'm a little bit more relaxed today, like able to tell stories.
Because they're in school.
Mine are in school. When do yours start?
September 6th, right after Labor Day.
Whoa, what?
I know.
Wait, why?
What do you mean, why? That's probably how most schools are. I can't even think straight, you guys. I am off my rocker today.
That is very late, Erin.
Megan, Indiana starts really school early.
Okay, I suppose you are in Minnesota, where, am I correct? It is cold a lot longer. So I suppose this really is your chunk of summer.
I think most schools start after Labor Day.
I really want, I'm going to need a copy of this because you are a hot mess. Why? Are you busy with work? Like, what's happening? Why?
Yeah. Yes, all of the above. And just coming back from vacation, so I have like a lot of things to catch up on. I have really long to-do lists, you know?
Yeah. No, I know. I find myself like, and I have a hard time doing this. I've always had a hard time doing this. Like, if I just can stick to like the next task and get it done and then the next and then I'm good. But when I start to look at the whole picture, I'm like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
But like we can't multitask. So that's part of it. So yeah, it's good not to have to worry about being on third shift anymore while balancing and juggling all this.
Yeah, because like it's hard enough as it is. It's hard enough when you have had rest, when you have had consistent rest for a long period of time. But imagine if we were like still sleep deprived and then kids aren't napping anymore, they're older. So it's not like you get to go home and necessarily take a nap. Like you go home and like get right into mommy land. And mine are also staying up until 10 o'clock at night. So I would have either
That's
had
on you.
It is on me, but not really though, because like they're older. They're 10 and 12 now. You know what
Have
I
you
mean?
ever changed the clocks for the kids? Because I have.
It used to work for me. It doesn't anymore. They have
8 o'clock, go to bed. But it's really like 6:30.
Yeah, I have done that. I have done that 100%. If it still worked, I would still do it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work. Mine are like self-aware now, you know?
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, so let's just say this. Megan and I had this little thought about starting a little YouTube channel where we could talk about things that we thought were interesting and life outside of TV news and the crazy things that we learned and went through while being in the industry.
Mhm.
So turns out that treadmill was going at like a level 20.
Mach
And
9,000.
yeah, so we feel like we are just now getting our feet under us. We appreciate everybody who has already liked and subscribed, and we are going to make it better. We've already had some great guests on though, incredible people. And next week we are talking to Jenny Milkowski, who everybody in the Chicago market will know and love.
Yeah.
And she worked with us for a moment at CBS Chicago, and now she is an anchor in San Diego, making the world a better place.
I'm pretty sure I taught her how to do the weather wall.
We'll have to ask her that then.
I'm almost because she was a producer,
Right.
And like she was producing the traffic for me when I sometimes had to do both. But then they were like, "Hey, we should put Jenny on the air so you don't have to do both." And I'm pretty sure I taught her how to do it. So we have to ask her if she remembers that, because as I have said before, my life prior to sleep was a bit of a blur. And occasionally I wonder, like, did I lose brain cells or did they come back?
No, the brain cells, I think, are the only cells that actually don't regenerate. I remember that when I was in DARE programs, I think.
But that's drugs. What about sleeping brain cell loss?
No,
Same
I think that none of them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So that'll be on next week, Friday.
We promise we're going to get our stuff together. We've literally, both of us, barely been surviving. I feel like. Like, I feel like and it wasn't the same kind of barely surviving as before, because that was like also add that extra layer of not ever feeling rested into the equation. This is just normal barely surviving. Like everybody's experiencing this at the end of summer if you have children. If you don't have children, you've probably just been sitting out on their patio taking a drink like I thought I would be doing, but that's never the case.
Oh, we all wish. All right. The trash trucks are coming by now.
The what?
Trash trucks.
Erin.
I'm at my home office right now. It's about to get louder.
It's gonna happen. This is one of those days. Like this is a day. What'd you throw away?
Our brick collection. Oh.
Right. But listen. So anyway, long story short, we would also like to know. And so you can comment or you can send us a message or whatever you want to do. Where are you going now?
I'm closing the window.
Okay.
That'll help.
But is it cool enough there? You have it open?
No, the air is on, actually. I just opened it to remember to yell at the kids to tell them to come in and eat their lunch.
Yeah, right. Okay. So normal things. Let's same. Like normally mine are lurking out this door right here, but there it's cool. So anyway, what was I saying? Your hot messes. Oh, yes. Okay. So we need to know what you would be interested in hearing about. Okay. So like, are you interested in hearing about TV? Are you interested in hearing about life? Are you interested in hearing about hair and makeup? Do you want to know about weird stuff Erin likes to do, like make her own deodorant? Like, should we do that live? I mean, I'm just saying, like, there's millions of different things. And
all right, Megan, tell me your most favorite episode that we've posted so far so that people can go back and watch in case they haven't yet.
Oh, probably the one with Marissa.
Which one?
I don't remember which one we aired first. The one where we talked about like all the things, not the mental health specific one, the other one.
Right. You know, it's funny because that was my favorite too. And I
Really?
just shared it with a girlfriend. And I think also because I got to incorporate that funny voicemail that we got from one of the viewers once.
That kind of thing is probably the only thing I miss about TV.
Yeah. And Tonda agrees with us, Marissa. So thank you very
that
much.
was a good episode. Just because,
I
you
know
know, honestly, in part, we hadn't caught up with Marissa in a really long time.
Yeah, you know,
Some
it
of
is
this is like, you know,
Yeah.
a reunion for us of a sort.
Right. So let's just thank everybody for your patience and your love. And please, again, we are on Facebook right now, but that's not our plan moving forward. It's going to be exclusively on the YouTube. So if you can like and subscribe to the YouTubes, and what's it called when you hit the bell and it says notifications on?
Turn your notifications on.
See,
Erin.
that was a much more concise way. No, do the drop down menu.
But
So that's
this-
the first option.
Allow me to say
Plenty of facts.
This is the Erin that you probably never saw, everyone at home. This is the Erin that would walk into the makeup room and then somehow miraculous. And same with me. Like I've been there. I've been like more like anytime I had a vacation and it was a Friday before vacation, I was an absolute maniac. Like I think the producers were praying I didn't do something totally crazy on the air. We made it through. But my point is, somehow you always make it work.
Yeah. Well, you know, and I do want to do an entirely separate episode on this because I don't know if you got this question all the time, but it was, well, didn't you get nervous? Weren't you always nervous? And my answer is always, there's nothing wrong with being nervous. I really feel like it gave me clarity sometimes. And when I say nervous, I mean like zoop, like big breaking news day, right? All of a sudden I felt like the words were there. The thoughts were there. Everything was composed. Whereas right now I'm just like,
well, you're not nervous. Should I scare you?
You do.
But like, I don't know. I think, I mean, we can do a whole thing about it, but I would just say like, I got to a point, I think, in my career where nothing made me nervous anymore. And that to me was actually a really bad thing. Like I felt no matter what it was, I had confidence in my ability to deal with it on the air. So I didn't get nervous, and I actually hated that. Like you said, like if you're nervous, like it's going to make you like really like you're firing on all cylinders. Or like I told Leo the other day, you have to be uncomfortable to go to the next level. But like when you've kind of like gone through all the levels of the game and you don't get nervous anymore, I hated that because I wanted that like adrenaline of being nervous, and I just couldn't.
Well, I think part of it is that we are adrenaline junkies.
A little bit, probably.
So there were times when like the prompter would go down and I'd be like, all right, new fun challenge today.
That's right. I did the same thing. They'd be like, Megan, do you want to practice that? Nope. Just see what happens. We'll see if I can do it.
We'll do it live.
Was a challenge because I feel like it was skills that we had mastered, and like that was the way to challenge yourself. But if you're in a position where it's no longer challenging, no matter what, it gets a little boring, honestly. You know?
So let's talk about those like funny life TV skills too. But I think we got to put a pin in this. So Nothing for Tomorrow, Jenny Milkowski, the one and only. She's amazing. And she's
got
so funny.
Yep.
Like she's kind of
popular.
Yeah.
She's in San Diego now.
Where she seems to be appreciated, which is more than she can probably say about other markets.
Yeah. And what's up with that?
She'll tell us.
Yeah. I want to understand. I want to unpack that a little bit because I've had both where I felt like I was super appreciated, and I'm not even talking by the viewers necessarily, but like by the, management or whatever, where you feel like you're super appreciated, and times where you're like, ugh.
Well, wait until you hear what the parting words were at one of her stations when she was not renewed.
Is it salacious?
It's not salacious, but it's a good one. And I don't want to steal her thunder and take it away.
No, don't. We'll talk about it next week.
Yeah. Okay. So love to everybody. Please like and subscribe on YouTube. Search Broken News with Erin and Megan.
And you may comment below if you think Erin's children found the sandwiches for lunch. Or if Elliot's now upstairs cooking something.
You'd be better than I am, you know. Me. All right. September 6th,
Oh.
Megan, congratulations. Your kids made it through summer. So did you.
It's not them. I made it through summer. They had a great time. I made it through summer.
You did it, mama.
Barely.
Good stuff. All right. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Bye, Megan.
Yeah.
Bye.